Every day when we wake up, we are all allotted 1440 minutes to utilize to our advantage or squander away. And the way we use our time makes the whole difference. Two friends, Ramesh and Dinesh, graduated from the same UTD. And they both became IT professionals and joined some company. After 7 years, Ramesh had risen to the middle management level, while Dinesh was still at the coding level. And why did this difference happen? It was all attributable to the way they used their time. Ramesh learnt the art of mind management and could master his moods, develop his focus, be more effective at work. He enhanced his skill set to become more valuable to the company. He learned the secrets of interpersonal communication, etc., etc. And Dinesh spent his time in low-value activities. And that created this huge difference. So time is always moving. Nothing can stop it. The American philosopher Dr. Orison Swett Marden said, the event that made him a philosopher was when he went to see a picture exhibition and he saw this one display which had a man whose face was covered by his hair and there were wings under his feet. The caption of the painting was, "I am time. Nobody can see me, but I keep flying." That is exactly how it is. So if you wish to enrich your life, you need to learn to get better with your time. And how will we do that? Now, of course, all personal development coaches will tell you that create a to-do list, which is, of course, a wonderful idea. Because to have a successful life, you need to have successful days. And if you have in front of you the agenda for the day, it becomes much easier to plan. Nowadays, it is so simple. Whatever be your smartphone, it has got some way of ensuring that you can keep a tab of the different things to do. So this is the to-do list that helps you keep focus of the agenda and give you the satisfaction when you tick it off, your brain gets the dopamine kick. However, there's something more important, and that is the not to-do list. To-do list is easy. The not to-do list is even more important. The problem is there are so many things that you can do in today's world. Most people have more work at hand than the 24 hours available. The question is not that are people busy or are they not busy? The question is, are they effective or not? And people who are busy are sometimes not effective because they are wasting their time on activities that could easily be left undone. As Stephen Covey said, that before you start climbing up the ladder, make sure that it's leaning on the correct wall. Otherwise, it will be like this hospital whose emergency ward was suffering from some kind of psychic phenomenon. So thought the hospital staff. Because every Sunday at 11 a.m., the patient in ward number 13 would pass away. They contacted a psychic and said, "What's going on out here? Is there some voodoo that has happened? Some black magic?" He said, "I need to see it for myself." So he went and studied the hospital, particularly that ward, very carefully from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And then he gave his report. He said, "Fire the man who's coming for the cleaning." They said, "Why?" "You see, on Sunday, you are having a replacement. And this guy, he walks in to do the vacuuming. And he doesn't realize that there isn't a spare plug point in ward number 13. So when he comes to clean, he removes the life support system plug and puts the vacuum there. So the patient dies." That, of course, is a joke, but there are so many things which would have been better left undone. So we have many, many things in hand. Not all of them have the same priority. Some are really important, some are less important. You may have heard of the Pareto principle. So Mr. Pareto stated that if you are marketing something, 20% of your sales force will be responsible for 80% of the revenue. And 80% of the sales force will be responsible for 20% of the revenue. And likewise, 20% of your customers will contribute to 80% of the sales. And 80% of the customers will contribute to 20% of the sales. And so it goes on. In an organization, 20% of the customers will contribute 80% of the productivity, and vice versa. Likewise, in all the activities you have to do, some activities are extremely important, some are a little less important. Now the problem is that you made a to-do list in which you wrote 7 things for the day and thought, this is the easiest one. Let me do this first. But that easiest belongs to the 80% that are contributing only 20%. That is why management consultant Brian Tracy, he has written a famous book, Eat That Frog. The frog is the one work which you don't like to do because it's difficult. But it's most important because it will contribute the maximum to your productivity and effectivity in the day. So he says, eat the frog. Keep your eyes on what is most important. Further, he says, if there are 2 frogs, then eat the ugliest frog first. People shirk away from the difficult work. They don't learn how to prioritize things. And prioritization is the key to time management. Warren Buffett, he was asked, what is the $80 billion secret to your success? At one time he was the richest man in the world. So he said, I need to protect every yes with 100 no's. Because being a man of such influence, he's got so many requests for his time. Mr. Buffett, invest a little here, participate in this, and respond to my email and answer my message, etc., etc. But the point is, every time he says yes to something, it is saying no to something else. Because time available is only 24 hours. And if you want to get quality work done, you need to identify the most important task and learn to focus on it. Michael Flint, his personal pilot, related his experience and said one day Warren Buffett asked him to write 25 objectives that he had in his life, goals he had decided for himself. And he made the list and brought it. Mr. Buffett said, tick out the 5 most important. He ticked them. Warren Buffett struck out the rest and said, focus on these 5 for the next 5 years. Michael Flint asked him, what about the remaining? He said, if you take care of these, the others will automatically be taken care of. But this is based on the Pareto principle that not everything is equally important. Once, in the forest, 2 animals got into an argument. The donkey declared to the tiger that the grass is blue in color. Tiger said, are you a donkey? It is green in color. So the argument escalated, and they decided that they needed a verdict from the king himself. They requested an audience, and they finally met the king of the forest, the lion. He said, what is the dispute about? The 2 animals said, Your Majesty, you need to decide. The tiger said, this creature here, called the donkey, is claiming that the grass is blue in color. The lion said, what is your opinion? The tiger said, obviously, it's green and not blue. The lion said, since I have been asked to adjudicate, hear my decision. The donkey is right. The grass is blue in color. The donkey was thrilled, and the tiger was taken aback. The donkey said, Your Majesty, thank you so much. But since the tiger has lost, it should be punished. The lion said, all right, I pronounce for the next 1 week, the tiger will not roar and it will not eat anything. The donkey leapt up in glee and ran away from there victorious. The tiger said, Your Majesty, what is this? You know very well that the grass is green and not blue. How come you pronounce the verdict in favor of the donkey? The lion said, I do know that the grass is green, but you are an intelligent creature. Did you have no better use for your time than getting into arguments with donkeys? Is that the way to use your time? And the second sin was that you brought this case to me and wasted my time as well. That is the reason why I am punishing you. So, we have many things to do. We need to understand their relative priorities. That is the secret, the key to time management.